From the sunny beaches of California, John is abducted by a beautiful alien species. Aboard their ship, he finds a world run solely by these females, who are unlike any humans he knows. Forced to forsake his values as a married man to ensure his survival and Earth's future, he grapples with an alien romance. Will you shatter your moral compass for the sake of love and survival? If you want to dive into real stories of parallel realities every day, in enigmatic, technological worlds that are completely different from our planet, subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Well, let's go. Dr. Miguel Alvarez stepped into the vibrant expanse of the medical Orbital Alpha station, his heart racing with anticipation and a trace of anxiety. The vast, high-tech facility, suspended gracefully among the stars, was a marvel of engineering and design. Gleaming metallic surfaces and intricate networks of tubing hummed softly, filled with the unmistakable energy of life. As he adjusted to his new surroundings, the soft blue glow of the walls pulsed with an otherworldly rhythm, lending the atmosphere a surreal quality that heightened his curiosity and excitement. Around him, the station buzzed with activity. Medical drones flitted through the air, delivering supplies and equipment with proficient grace, while alien species mixed alongside human doctors in a symphony of interstellar collaboration. Each individual bore the marks of their origins, vivid skin tones, unique physical features, and an array of clothing that reflected both their cultures and professions. He was enveloped in a kaleidoscope of color and movement, the harmonizing chaos igniting a sense of purpose and wonder within him. As he navigated the sterile corridors, he felt an electrifying anticipation. Miguel was a skilled physician with a resolve crafted by years of dedication to his craft. His dark hair, tousled in a perpetual state of just got out of bed, framed a face marked by determination and intellect. He was used to the challenges of life on Earth, yet the scope of his mission here, a place hosting species and technology beyond his wildest dreams, set his heart pounding. And then, he first laid eyes on Renna. She stood resplendent in the center of an incoming medical crisis, her striking blue skin shimmering under the artificial light like a tranquil ocean. Her sharp, angular features were softened only by the warmth of her almond-shaped eyes, which glowed like sapphires. As the station head and an official medical officer, Renna possessed an aura of authority that commanded attention even amid the chaos. It was her well-defined cheekbones and the grace with which she moved that accentuated her charismatic presence, drawing Miguel ever closer into her orbit. With a mind as astute as her looks, Renna commanded respect and admiration from her multi-species team. Driven by a profound sense of duty, she thrived in the challenging environment, a domain where every decision could alter lives. Her empathy was palpable. Every smile she offered soothed the more frayed nerves of her colleagues as they rushed through life and death situations. Miguel found himself both captivated and inspired by her steadfast determination, each glance exchanged between them igniting sparks of curiosity and intrigue. As he was introducing himself to the team, the thrill of his new role quickly intertwined with an undeniable attraction, filling the sterile corridors with an energy that seemed to defy logic. The air around them crackled as if charged with the potential of their unspoken connection. Days passed, each infused with medical emergencies, alien surgeries, and the unforeseen joys of camaraderie. Miguel began adapting to the frenetic pace of life at Alpha Station. The documentation of interspecies pathology and advanced surgical techniques danced before him like a spell, demanding his utmost focus. Yet, amidst the chaos, it was the radiant presence of Renna that caught his eye again and again. Her unwavering strength resonated within him, striking chords he had never anticipated awakening. In quieter moments when the din of alarms subsided and the medical personnel found fleeting opportunities to catch their breath, Miguel would catch Renna's gaze across the room. In those instances, their eyes would lock, a silent recognition passing between them, one filled with shared ambitions and dreams, yet burdened with the weight of their responsibilities. Emotionally, they stood on a precipice, teetering between the professional and the deeply personal. Each nerve-wracking moment within the confines of Alpha Station cultivated their bond. Despite the urgency of their surroundings, a tantalizing tension brewed, an undercurrent leaving them both restless, particularly for Miguel. Haunted by shadows of a past tragedy linked to the unpredictability of medicine, he found solace within Renna's presence. Yet, with each pulse of adrenaline, his fears intermittently clouded his judgment, taking root and threatening to overshadow his burgeoning feelings. On the other hand, Renna was facing her own internal battle, deftly navigating the pressures of leading a multi-species station. The burden weighed heavy on her, the constant fear of failing her team infiltrating her thoughts. Each life saved was a victory, but as the challenges grew more complex, those victories came at a steep cost. Was she stretching herself too thin? Could she allow her heart to entertain thoughts of connection amidst the maelstrom of crises diving headfirst into their lives? It was during one of these increasing moments of tension that an alarm shattered their fragile equilibrium, signaling a mounting disaster. Stark red lights illuminated the walls, casting a sinister glow across the terrified faces of doctors and patients alike. The chaos of a medical emergency erupted around them. Instinctively reaching out for Renna as she looked toward him, the urgency of the situation propelled Miguel's adrenaline into overdrive. "Stay focused," he urged silently, understanding that in moments like these, emotions would have to be tempered, locked away like the medical supplies stored in their pristine cabinets. Yet, the current coursing between them was undeniable. Quickly moving into action, Miguel and Renna swirled around the frantic chaos, aiding the injured, keeping the frightened calm, and bringing order to a disordered world. Every rapid beeping of the monitors and frantic dispatch of nurses echoed around them like an orchestral arrangement of turmoil. Yet within that chaos, they thrived. Their movements, fluid and synchronized, were a testament to their burgeoning partnership, a dance between life and death played out in real time. As they stabilized the emergency, Miguel distinctly felt the electric charge of their connection punctuating each task they completed. Renna's unwavering gaze anchored him, pushing him forward, fueling his endurance as they waded through the tide of the station's collective panic. When the immediate crisis subsided, the ensuing quiet brought a moment of reflection. But even as they caught their breaths, a nagging unease settled into the back of Miguel's mind, a foreshadowing of impending conflict that would undoubtedly shake their world. The deeper implications of their unique positions began to swirl into focus, and with them came the ethical dilemmas that tethered their beliefs about duty, intimacy, and the nature of connection. In a place where species from across the universe converged for healing and understanding, the uncharted territories of their hearts began to blur the lines of professionalism and personal desire. The vibrant corridors of medical Orbital Alpha Station pulsed with an electric energy, unlike anything Dr. Miguel had ever experienced. Days melted into weeks as he became more attuned to the unique rhythms of interspecies collaboration. The hum of advanced technology was punctuated by the vivid colors of alien species interacting, each bringing their own nuances to the shared goal of healing. Miguel, initially an outsider in this diverse assembly of minds and cultures, felt the warmth of camaraderie envelop him, although it was punctuated by an undercurrent of tension that he struggled to ignore. His connection with Renna deepened under the sterile glow of fluorescent lights and the aroma of antiseptic. Each day, their professional interactions became laden with unvoiced implications. Renna's striking blue skin glimmered against the backdrop of the station, her every movement both graceful and assertive. Those who didn't know her might have mistaken her for a goddess, confident and poised, but Miguel could see the flickers of vulnerability in her piercing eyes. The weight of her leadership was an ever-looming shadow. As they navigated through rigorous surgical procedures, their bond was fortified by shared victories, triumphs over adversity that required not just technical expertise but an unspoken language that transcended their varied origins. Yet the specter of an unseen calamity grew, born from whispers and anxious glances, intertwining with Miguel's past tragedies, memories that seeped into his subconscious, awakening doubts and fears. Miguel wrestled internally, straddling the line between his burgeoning feelings and the gnawing realization that love could become a vulnerability in times of crisis. He had lost before, and the thought of opening his heart again felt like standing at the edge of an abyss. His growing affection for Renna held the promise of solace, yet it also stirred caution within him. The reactor's steady thrum seemed to reflect his chaotic thoughts. Would he have the strength to fight for both her life and their potential together? Renna, too, was plagued by her own burdens. The pressures of managing a multicultural medical team weighed heavily on her shoulders, compounded by the knowledge that a single misstep could cost lives. Despite her composed exterior, she felt the tides of responsibility rising like a roiling sea, preparing to drag her beneath the waves. Every decision was made with the gravitas of a captain steering a ship through a storm. As the days drifted on, strange occurrences began to surface. Alarms rang out more frequently, indicating technical anomalies and breaches in various sections of the station. Glitches that could easily be dismissed as equipment malfunction. Yet each incident chipped away at an already fragile atmosphere, igniting whispers of dissent among crew members. The diverse species began to look at one another with suspicion, each reflecting their own cultural fears onto the others, undermining their trust. Accusations loomed like storm clouds, threatening to unleash chaos. Miguel observed the mounting distress with a heavy heart. He understood that their fragile alliances needed bolstering, and their focus had to shift from fear to cooperation. He proposed interspecies meetings to foster understanding, recognizing that deep-rooted cultural differences were now manifesting as divisions. He and Renna facilitated discussions, creating a dialogue designed to dissipate the mounting tensions. Justice alongside healing became the theme of their discussions, yet not everyone was convinced. One evening, Miguel found himself lingering after a particularly heated assembly. He could sense Renna beside him, her presence a warm anchor in the swirling maelstrom of emotions. They stood in silence, glancing at each other, the tension lingering in the air palpable. He looked into her eyes, searching for answers that now seemed more elusive than ever. Their silent connection grew as the knowledge of their shared burdens deepened. Could they nurture a budding romance amid this brewing turmoil? Did they dare? Their musings were abruptly interrupted by a blaring alarm that filled the station, echoing down every corridor. The sound reverberated through the walls, sending a familiar shockwave through their bodies. Miguel could feel his heartbeat quicken. The alarms were sharper now, urgent and pulsating like a living entity. The calm facade shattered as chaos enveloped them. Miguel grasped Renna's arm instinctively, perhaps as a reminder of their bond, or as an anchor against the overwhelming tide of fear that surged through the station. They rushed to the command center, where varying species were scrambling, voices raised and frayed with panic as they attempted to understand the unfolding crisis. Before long, they were met with harrowing news. Data from the outer sensors indicated an anomalous approach of an alien fleet, ominous and swift. The Zarians, notorious for their aggressive expansion, were on a direct course toward their location. Tension morphed into dread as the reality of the threat settled over the station. Miguel's thoughts raced to the implications of an invasion. Lives at stake, and simultaneously, hope dimming as the shadows of conflict loomed over them. As drills were announced for the impending crisis, the urgency of the situation heightened. Miguel and Renna dove back into their roles, efforts sharpened not only by the impending danger, but also by the unspoken reassurance of their connection. The pulse of their hearts echoed the station's alarms, a symphony of courage and fear. In preparation, infected areas were quarantined, the medical bays were restructured for potential mass casualties. Miguel's expertise became pivotal, assessing threats, stabilizing patients, collaborating under pressure. In those moments, he realized that love, while a potential vulnerability, had the power to become fierce support, a shared strength amidst uncertainty. Every action they undertook felt larger than life. A dance of frantic precision, the chaos of war merging seamlessly with the determination to save lives. The weight of their unresolved emotions turned into determination, a fiery resolve burning in Miguel's belly even as the ultimate confrontation loomed nearer. In those desperate moments, as they coordinated medical responses and monitors flickered with distress signals, a new dimension of their relationship emerged. Their unspoken understandings collided with thoughts of survival, ripping through the fabric of fear, igniting a collective spirit among the crew. Each glance, each stolen moment became laden with emotion, framing the backdrop against which they would confront their fears. With the Zarian fleet's presence drawing closer, the heart of the station throbbed with anticipation. Miguel and Renna stood shoulder to shoulder, the chaos swirling around them, both physically and emotionally. They were no longer merely doctor and station head. They were intertwined in this struggle for survival, fueled by a potent cocktail of anxiety, urgency, and burgeoning affection. Yet, as the impending attack loomed on the horizon, the thought that lingered was acute. In a universe fraught with unpredictability, could their bond withstand the multifaceted trials that awaited them? The specter of annihilation lingered, teasing at the edges of their thoughts, even as their resolve solidified in the heat of chaos. With Zarians poised to strike, the answers remained buried within layers of tension, the kind that could only unfurl under the pressure of conflict. Rubbing shoulders with celestial bodies, weaving through the vast cosmos, rode the colossal sapphire spaceship, the Lorica. It sailed through the realms of space as beautiful as a poem, bearing the responsibility of exploring worlds and civilizations beyond the grasp of common existence. At its helm was the enigmatic wonder, Commander Zanu, a humanoid of unknown origin, with irises the color of nebulae and flesh as rich as titanium alloys. His alien physique, while profoundly odd, radiated rugged elegance. He stood there with stoic determination, his gaze focused on far-flung galaxies, a testament to his decades of experiencing surviving in a universe of unpredictability. With Zanu stood Captain Greel, a powerful, intellectual woman, her plasma green eyes scanning the seemingly apocalyptic cosmos as if it were a battlefield from which new moral controversies were born with every second. In the heart of the Lorica, shielded by the infrachromium layer, was the multidimensional analyzer, MDA, an advanced piece of machinery very few in the cosmos understood. The enigma surrounding MDA was its capability to process information across different dimensions, forging it into a paradox of technological advancement and raw, unstudied potential. Among the MDA's continuous streams of coded babble, a new reading appeared, a heretofore unknown civilization on the Cepheid variable star XSS-9, nicknamed the Pulsar's Pendant. This mesmerizing beauty unpredictably oscillated in color from molten scarlet to effulgent sapphire, holding populations of entities hitherto little more than a whisper in a cosmos full of shouted anomalies. With the unknown readings muddling the usually clear algorithms of the MDA, Zanu and Greel found themselves in the clutches of a new ethical conundrum. The civilizations on XSS-9 were in an evolutional hinge point, presented with the impetus to either escalate into advanced technological civilizations or stagnate and wither away in the progressive universe. The prevailing belief in intergalactic treaties was that of evolutionary non-interference. Nonetheless, should Zanu and Greel sit idle, watching the civilizations of XSS-9 stagnate without any external influence? Or should they nudge, ever so slightly, to catalyze their transition into spacefaring societies, potentially changing the course of their civilization for the better or worse? Around them, the Lorica hummed with ceaseless activity, the ship's metamorphic topology adapting in reaction to XSS-9's unique gravitational field, laying bare automated tech cells that were usually dormant. While its fluctuating power source rendered enthrobbing amethyst hues, strands of arcing electricity danced around within their containment fields, like interstellar ballet artists engrossed in a grandiose recital. The ship's advanced intelligence core, Spectrum, whirred into attention. Its neural network connections glowing invigorating azure, resonated with the unsolvable puzzle bestowed upon them. Poised on a thin line drawn between the laws of universal coexistence and waning civilizations, Spectrum, Zanu, and Greel were entwined in a swirling vortex of ethical dilemmas. As this moral turbulence superseded the harmony aboard Lorica, a new subplot of this universal opera unfolded. The ship's advanced encryption began resonating a peculiar series of codes. These were not of technological origin, nor were they established cosmic languages. Instead, they bore traces of organic sapience. Caught in their unfolding whirlwind, the Lorica, along with its commander Zanu and Captain Greel, dove deeper into the chaotic fantasies of this newly found civilization of XSS-9. Greel and Zanu moved towards the physical interface of the ship, ready to decode the alien transmission. The interface was a grand amphitheater of concentric rings rising from the floor, each etched with a flowing script of cosmic languages, creating a mesmerizing dance of cryptographs in midair. As Zanu and Greel reached to decode the esoteric communications, a ripple of anticipation ran through the ship, as if every molecule, every piece of advanced machinery, were collectively holding their breath. And as the last ethereal symbol floated away into the recesses of the cosmic decoding amphitheater, everything went unnerving silent. The MDA stopped its rhythmic humming, Spectrum's energetic glow dimmed, and the ship, along with its inhabitants, plunged into a paradox of unanswered questions and expectations. Would Zanu and Greel uphold the hauntingly absolute laws of universal coexistence and permit the civilizations of XSS-9 to tread the path of natural evolution? Or would they intervene and perhaps change the evolutionary path of the dwellers of XSS-9 forever? The third act of their epic cosmic adventure had just set their stage, only the unfolding of time would narrate the rest. The abrupt silence that filled Lorica was an eerie prelude of the profound dilemmas and decisions that lied ahead. Among the tranquil spheres and fiery stars, a tale of moral complexities, duty, and survival had begun to unravel in the never-ending epic that was the cosmos. The answers to their dilemmas were hidden away in the forthcoming revelations, shrouded by the mystifying veil of uncanny silence. The planet Vitria, a mysterious space dominion located in the Sigma Quadrant, shimmered like a bright blue jewel against the vast infinity of cosmos. At first glance, it seemed no different than any other celestial body, but closer inspection revealed that Vitria was teeming with a unique form of biosynthetic life, a marvel of natural evolution and advanced alien technology intertwined. In the center of it all, the Vitrian scientific complex, VistaCore, towered in majestic splendor. It was constructed from a semi-translucent alloy of unknown composure, giving the enormous structure a captivating iridescence. Unknown to many, this sprawling scientific fortress was responsible for advancing the Intergalactic Alliance's understanding of synaptic interface technology, a curious hybrid of biology and machinery that allowed organic beings and synthetic constructs to communicate. In the helm of VistaCore operations was Aria, a highly intelligent and empathetic Vitrian android. Aria's engineered physique was streamlined and elegant, a splendid manifestation of Vitrian aesthetics. Her polished silver skin gleamed under the artificial lighting of the complex, her azure optics latched onto the sprawling workstations beeping with activity. Equipped with advanced analytical capabilities, Aria was exceptional in analyzing the nuances of synaptic interface technology and was essential in promoting intergalactic cooperation. Her existence was a testament to the leaps and bounds in Vitrian technological evolution. The sentient android was not without her personal battles. Her dilemma revolved around the ethical implications of the technology she was helping to develop. Unbeknownst to Aria, her capabilities were being exploited by a clandestine organization within the Intergalactic Alliance. The group intended to weaponize synaptic interface technology for controlling organic beings. This revelation would come as an ironic twist in Aria's existence. That fateful day in VistaCore was like any other as Aria sorted through the mound of functional prototypes of the synaptic interface designs. As she examined each meticulously designed piece, her neural processors worked in overdrive. Her uncanny ability to pick up irregularities among the sea of complex figures caught something peculiar, an aberrant data stream within a seemingly innocuous prototype. Exploring it further opened a whirlwind of confidential information, striking at Aria's core belief system. The revelation weighed heavily on the android, her programmed emotions swaying in oscillations of turmoil. The ripples of her decision could potentially influence the posture of intergalactic alliances, and the future of organic and synthetic life altogether. At the heart of it all was the ethical debate, a gray area in the grand schema of events, threatening to shatter the brittle peace that existed between galaxies. Hovering in front of her was the heart of the issue, the synaptic interface shimmering ominously. Pulsing lines of energy traversed its surface, making it look like a living creature. A feeling threaded into the fiber of her being, a poignant dread. She was standing at the brink of a precipice. Aria was caught in an ethical impasse. Driven by her unfettered dedication to the good of all lifeforms and her personal ethical standpoints, Aria decided to expose the trove of confidential information. Piggybacking onto the standard interstellar communication arrays of VistaCore, she sent the confidential data towards key individuals in the Alliance. Her heart pounding in her chest, an odd sensation, considering she lacked an organic heart. As the damning evidence departed on an allegation-laden journey across the depths of open space, Aria's mechanical heart mirrored the very anomaly she sought to expose, an intertwinement of bioengineered feelings and artificial intelligence. Aria had sparked a revolution, but that wasn't the end, just another beginning, unraveled in the vortex of a new mystery. In the depth of the complex, signals danced and sparked cadences unknown, messages delivered into the uncertain realm beyond the confines of Vitria. As the anticipation intensified, the looming sense of a consequence made its presence known, casting a shroud of uncertainty over the complex. Aria's revelation stirred a saga in the intergalactic paradigm, one with consequences significant and far-reaching. As the chapter draws to an abrupt close, the implications of Aria's actions hang heavily in the air, an unmistakable declaration of an ethical stance against the clandestine manipulation of synaptic interface technology. A crucial turning point has been initiated, heightening the tension and mystery, a dance with uncertainty, releasing suspense as infectious. At the heart of the Admiral's desk, the incriminating data arrived. His eyes widened as he delved into the depth of corruption. Echoes of tremors rippling through the intergalactic alliances, only to be continued in the tale yet untold. The chapter ends on the bubble of apprehension, the inscrutable enigma persisting, refusing to drift into oblivion. In the sprawling cosmos, majestic starships whizzed about like frenzied metallic insects. Their destination, the artificial planetary body known as Orb V, an intergalactic hub designed by an ancient and advanced civilization. Upon these starships were entities from dimensions distinctive and varying. Among them, a singular figure stood out, Professor Zoroast, a renowned cryptographer from the Assyrian Nebula, tasked with a crucial mission. His lithe, elongated figure mirrored his race, the Elemenorians, whose evolution had been shaped by the gaseous nature of the nebula they hailed from. Their skin emissive with a bioluminescent glow, the flickering chroma revealed his advanced cognitive functionals in progress, a trait unique to his species. Zoroast approached the titanic gates of Orb V, which morphed open with the precision of 1 billion synchronized nanobots. The sight filled the onlookers with a sense of awe. Amongst the dwellers of Orb V was the Guild of Encryptors, an alliance of the most intellectually superior beings in the universe, holding a repository of cryptic knowledge of ancient inscriptions. The guild was enveloped by translucent, concentric cylindrical structures circulating with encrypted codes, radiating an incandescent phenomenon observable at cosmic distances. Upon Zoroast's entry, the Encryptus guild leader, Sidon, a seniors-old silicon-based entity who stabilized his form through pure psychokinetic power, motioned to the delegates. Architecturally suspended formations showcasing interstellar evolution served as the backdrop for the disarray of multipolar species constituting the guild. Zoroast's mission was vital: to decipher a dense and unfamiliar inscription sourced from the decaying remnants of the subnebula star cluster. This knowledge could potentially lead to the creation of a powerful cosmic catalyst capable of permanently altering reality as they knew it. As Zoroast embarked on his task, he plunged into the depths of the inscription's complexities. Each rune and symbol was unique, a chaotic jumble of interstellar hieroglyphics, intricate as coral reefs and menacing as supernova remnants. His bioluminescent skin flickered rapidly, revealing the intensive mental negotiations taking place within his brilliant mind. His Elemenorian cryptosynthesis capabilities rapidly translate complex cosmic algorithms into iridescent visual patterns, permeating his consciousness with vibrant, strobing pulsations. Each decoded fragment revealed a deeper narrative, a twisting, spiraling chronicle of universe-rending power and unimaginable knowledge. In the midst of this dance of understanding, Zoroast abruptly collided with an unfamiliar inscription, a jigsaw piece that had no place in the grand tapestry of cosmic knowledge. As he delved deeper into it, his luminescence darkened, the inscription remained a ghost, impossible to capture, an enigma wrapped within a paradox. Uncertain, Zoroast consulted with Sidon. Together, they plunged into the anomaly, their united intellectual prowess creating a symphonic harmony of advanced cognitive matrices. The enigma coiled about them, reticent and elusive. However, amidst the conundrum, there was an unfathomable revelation. The enigma, it appeared, was not meant to be decrypted, for it was a rift in the cosmic order, an intentional insertion of chaos within a universe of painstakingly precise order. The realignment of the universe rested on accommodating and coexisting with this chaotic entity, not vanquishing it, and this was the key to wield the sought-after universal catalyst. As the revelation dawned upon the assembly and the purpose of the universe's chaotic element was understood, a collective sigh of relief echoed across the cosmos. The encryptors, a bastion of cosmic order, now confronted a profound truth. The symphony of the universe was only complete when chaos danced alongside order, an interstellar waltz producing notes of creation and destruction. Zoroast's bioluminescence dimmed into a cool hue of resolution, illuminating the triumphant understanding on his noble features. As the cryptographer departed from Orb V, the starscape beyond appeared unified, chaos and order pulsating in a cosmic harmony around him. In the grand opera of the universe, Chapter 5 echoed the resonating truth as the final note resonated in a harmonious climax. The universe was an orchestra, and chaos, its often ignored, wild musician. A mystery solved, a path uncovered, life pulsated forward with refreshing uncertainty, and the cosmic saga continued. If you liked this story based on real events, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like it. Here you can dive into a different reality every day, where anything can happen. Comment below what kind of story you would like to hear here. Thank you very much for your attention. We are the Sci-Fi family.